All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this Saturday morning about 11 o'clock. This is take two. I foobarred the first video with my fat fingers, so I wanted to do a quick video to show you guys. Everybody knows on the channel I've been talking about it for a hot minute. We bought a house. We got about a little bit over a month before we can move in, and I wanted to show everybody the space that I'm working in, that all the magic happens with Mr. Mean. So we're just going to do a quick video tour, and then, of course, when I get into the new space, I'll show you how that place is set up. So we're going to flop the camera around, and hopefully you guys, this makes sense. So here's where you walk into the room. There's my lovely office chair, keys. You know, obviously, I told you I have game books to the right and to the left of me. This is my stand that's going to be for the new camera. And we'll get to that in a minute. It's not new, it's used, but it was from a friend. So my son's Spider-Man headphones. But I got two bookshelves here, these pine bookshelves. We got them from Menards. It's a local hardware supply company, home improvement store, local to Minnesota and Wisconsin. And then two heavy boxes of gaming books, and then four more of those pine Menards shelves with game books chock full. Then we come over here. This is where I do all my video recording. I've got two, as you can see, there's two HD Logitech 1080p cameras up there. One of them is thanks to Mike Wilster. Thank you, buddy, brother. Good friend of mine from Arizona. And then there's the second. These are 32-inch Roku TCL TVs that I use as my monitors. They have pretty good color. They're not fantastic, but they were cheap. They were a little bit over $100 each. They were on sale at Best Buy. So I bought one and I was using it and I went, oh, wow, wait. I bought the arm that they're sitting on, and then I went and bought another one of them because they were the same price. It's a sit-to-stand desk from Costco. I don't know the make or model. I like it because it was white with a glass top. I had to get a fake leather desktop cover. I got my Creative speakers, my Bluetooth headset for work when I work from home and I have to do on meetings and stuff. My Stream Deck, this thing is neat. I love it. This is where you see me manipulate all my videos and all the fade out and fade ins and everything. Big USB Type-C dock. This is the little light for my desktop. As you can see, the light just flooded in. And then, of course, my M2 Mac Mini, which I absolutely adore, with an expansion bay on it. So I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in there. I have plenty of space, you know, and stuff like that. It's 16 gigs of RAM, but it's more than enough for me. The sit-to-stand is really nice. It is a little loud. It's not extremely functional, but it does what I need to do, which was to be able to stand up when I'm recording videos, because I have a bad back or bad tailbone, I should say. I fell about almost 2 years ago now, and yeah, my tailbone still hurts. I can't sit for very long. It's very uncomfortable, especially on plane rides. Cable management is non-existent. I had it pretty neat at one time, and then I changed desk and I put this up, and so it's just been a royal pain in the arse. So anyway, it's pretty, I mean, it works. And like I said, we're moving, so I'm not going to bother tightening it up. We pan over to the left and we can see more. There's 4 more moving boxes back there full of books, a little hobby bin. And then, of course, more hobby stuff, you know, rubber gloves for airbrush painting and stuff like that. And all my dice, a couple of dice, glues, Bluetooth speaker, everything. This is all just basically general hobby stuff. And then we get into the Costco sit-to-stand desk. You can see it's pretty big. It comes up pretty tall. I mean, I'm almost 6 foot. I think I'm a 6'10" and a half, roughly. Or I mean, 5'10" and a half. I'm not. I was taller, but I shrunk. That's what happens when you get old. You can see I got my 2 thin coats paints, and then my Army Speed Paints 1.0, which I think work fine. I've enjoyed them. And then some terrain rollers, you know, for green stuff or whatever. And then just all my hobby stuff, you know, on the desk. Airbrush. These are Buzz Lightyear toys, but they're almost the perfect scale for Infinity and or, you know, 5 parsecs from space, any of those sci-fi games. And then that's the full rack of 2 thin coat paints. This is a little iPad holder, so when I'm painting here on the desk, I use this with either my iPad Mini or my iPad Pro. New Edo, big shout out to AKA Salty, the Neon Samurai role-playing game. Review on that coming soon. I'm really impressed by this, guys. There's my standard dice tray. I built this years ago. I don't even remember where I got this, but it was, you know, when MDF laser cut was just starting to get big, and I bought it at I think I bought it at a convention, and I put it all together, and I've had it for years. It actually folds up. You can actually store dice in it. They won't fall out. And I got the Cyberpunk one because at the time it was when Infinity had first come out, and I was super into Infinity. So yeah. So then there's my dice. We played Heroes of Adventure last night. There's my character sheet. My wife's battery on her main key fob died, so I have to replace that. So that's why that's there. Paint mixer. This thing is awesome, and it's rechargeable, which is awesome. Another USB powered LED light for brightness. It works out really great because I have this one right here. I'm going to wash out the screen, but as you can see with the new desk, it doesn't quite work so well. So it'll just be a hobby light or something when I move. My hobby cheaters, you got to have these. They're awesome. This one even has an LED light on it, which is pretty cool. You can see there. I got this off of Amazon for like 29 bucks. My giant, amazing Canon laser printer. Love this thing. More miniatures and stuff. There's Icing Death. If you're a Drizzt fan, you know that model. More gaming stuff and airbrush stuff. There's my compressor from a cheap Masters airbrush kit that I bought off of eBay for like $110, and I think I got the compressor and 3 airbrushes. I sold the other 2 airbrushes because they were siphon feed, and I like the gravity fed. And just more bins with hobby stuff. My pistachios, because you know you gotta have pistachios. Spray paints. Again, cable management is non-existent. That power strip was actually taped to the side of the arm there, of the leg for this sit-to-stand, and it fell off. For some reason, it didn't want to stick. So when I get into the new house, I'll have to find something better. But yeah, more role-playing goodness. There's a bunch of shit in the back there. And then this is the infamous bookshelf. This thing is about, I'd say, I'm almost 6 feet, and it's a good 2.5 feet taller than me. So it's probably a 9-foot bookshelf or 8.5 foot. It's 5 feet wide. And as you can see, it is literally packed with books. And there's my battle mat from, I think is this from WotC? Yeah, Icons in a Realm. I think it's actually made by WotC, if I remember correctly. But anyway, it's awesome. And then I have this really nice mat that you guys have seen it before. It's the one I lay out on my table when I take pictures of my gaming and stuff. My GM screen is buried somewhere. I don't even know where it is. I have a nice wooden GM screen. But this is like I said, this is the gaming shelf that's usually sitting behind me as I record. Lots of awesome goodies on there. And then we move over here to the left of the bookshelf. Of course, there's my mask and everything for when I paint and work with resin and everything. My breather. That is an old cheap ass knife that I got from Gen Con years, like 1992. It was like 20 bucks or something like that, and it struck a bell with me, and so I've kept it all these years. And it's got, you know, a painted scabbard on it, but it's like plastic. The knife is garbage. It would break the moment you try to do something with it, but it looks nice, so it'll get hung up. And then there's my original gaming tray. I've had that for years as well. Nice wooden one that I bought at a convention with Thomas Allison, my good buddy Grumpy Cat from Louisiana. He used to live in Lake Charles, but now he lives up in Seattle or Tacoma, Washington, somewhere. Anyway, he'll probably comment where he's exactly at. But some more miniatures and stuff. I painted a 3D printed castle that I bought off of Etsy, that the scale was just a little too small. I've never gotten around to painting it. I want to see, there we go. Let me stop blocking the light. Some Malifaux miniatures. This was cool. This was, they were doing a fundraiser for Pathfinder for Extra Life. 2021, and I donated. And so he sent me a nice note and everything, and it's a little just MDF coaster that he laser printed and sent it to me. My Torg box set is one of the first big Kickstarters I did. I spent well over, I think it was over $200 for that. My good buddy Thomas Allison and John Guerra, when I lived in Beaumont, we used to play Torg all the time. It's one of my favorite games. Pathfinder beginner box set, Star Wars dice, you gotta have it, and just miscellaneous gaming shit all over the table. Dragonbane, which is awesome. Another plastic bin full of stuff. Another mini boxes underneath there of gaming material and stuff. My hobby paint set. This is my to-go rack, and it's an actual long rack on wheels that you can roll around, but it's easy to pick up too. And just a ton of game books and stuff down there. My Pathfinder tokens and templates right there in that little plastic thing. So as you can see, you can see the room here is not that big. There's an ink stain that's been on the floor since we moved in. The wooden floor in here is pretty nice, except for that giant ink stain. This is one of those cushioned standing mats. Highly recommended if you have a sit to stand and you stand up all day. And then of course this is just a regular mat to help slide across the floor, because some of the wood slats are uneven. So that is my gaming space. As you can see, I'm going to turn the camera around. As you can see, I am pretty cramped in here. Let me see. Yeah. And there's a ceiling fan. Yay, because it gets hot in here, especially with the computers and everything going. But yeah, this is my gaming space. This is where I record the videos. This is where I do all the fun stuff that you see 99% of the time. And like I said, we're gonna get this all squared away in the new house, and we're gonna I'm gonna record painting videos from an average painter. You know, I'm not Ninjon, I'm not Miniac, I'm not Vince Ventrella, you know, any of those guys. I'm just, you know, a normal dude who has very limited time to work on his hobbies, but, you know, I want to show painting is a skill. Anybody can do it. And the more you do it, the better you will get, especially if you're open to learning and you watch a couple videos, you'll learn techniques and stuff. It is painting miniatures. Anybody can do. MS Paints is a really good one if you want some advice on painting, because he has MS. So his handshake, his muscle control is not that great, and he paints miniatures. And he's a phenomenal, and he's a visual effects artist by trade in England. So he does really cool videos. So go check it out. MS Paints. Highly like his videos a lot. So that's the gaming space, guys. That's what I'm working with. That's why it's hard for me to get stuff done in here. It's hard to get motivated when you're cramped into a space like this, and you know, I want to find something, I can't find it, and it's just organization. That part is on me. I understand that, but it's hard to get organized when you have no space. It's really tough. But the good news is I've bought most of the stuff that I need for my new house, and setting up. I'll have plenty of space. And I'll do a video of the space before I get moved into it. Once we get the keys to the house and everything, I'll do a video of the space and everything, so that you can see kind of what happened before and after once I get everything set up. So hope you guys found that informative. If you have any questions about anything in here, you know, just shoot me a question. It's a pigsty, but hey, it's my pigsty. So as always, peace and hair grease. Remember to like, thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. Support the Patreon. Support me on DriveThruRPG. I have an affiliate link. It'll be down in the doobly-doo. This video will be posted shortly. Peace out.